Everybody, working on the Canon Canonet QL17. This is the G3 model. So I took off the plate. Cool. The problem is that this one would keep advancing, the shutter wouldn't lock, and I saw online that a lot of people have this problem. So I wanted to kind of go over how to remedy it, because there's some few things online, but I haven't found any videos, so I figured I'd do a quick video showing how to fix it. The biggest thing with fixing this is you have to take off the leatherette, and you have to take off the top plate and the bottom plate. This took me about 45 minutes to peel back because I didn't want to rip it, because I don't have another one. And you have to order them from, only place I know is in Japan, and didn't want to take forever to get another one. Once you get the leatherette pulled back, you need to pop off the nameplate, and there are two small screws that hold this plate onto this part, and it just unscrews. So the way you fix it is, I'm gonna have to pull this up and refocus so you can get a close-up view. Okay, so as you advance it, you will see that now the shutter is locked. What happens is, I'll have to lock it so you can see. This mechanism actually locks the shutter. This pushes it over to lock the shutter when you advance the lever. This little lever is very soft and it gets bent. So sometimes it's bent out, or it's bent too far to the camera right. So you would have to bend this back or push it in. Mine was pushed out, so I had to push it in, so it wasn't always engaged in the lock. So this is the actual mechanism that locks it. This is the mechanism that pushes it over. So what I'll do is I'll open the film back door so you can see it move. Because on these you have to, once you load it, you advance I think 2 or 3 times, and then you'll see it move over. The shutter will lock. Now it's locked. When I fire it, you see it unlocks, and when I cock it, it moves over to lock. That's the mechanism that gets messed up when you're not able, when it just keeps advancing, and it won't lock. Some people still shoot it that way, but you'll never know if the shutter's cocked or not. And that's what it'll do. So as I advance it, if this is working properly, this one's working properly, it's pulling over and it's locking. If this mechanism gets bent, either out, sometimes out and over to the right or the left, you just need to push it back down to in the proper position. This is the proper position. I'll leave it here frozen for a second so people can see. And I actually bring it a little closer and refocus so you guys can see how it's supposed to look. If yours doesn't look like this, you know it's out of whack. That's the proper setting when it should be locked. That's shutter locked. That's shutter unlocked. And when I cock it, it should lock it. So I think sometimes this screw can get loose, and sometimes this just gets bent from rough use, or maybe from being transported and banged around, because this is real soft metal. And or if film gets jammed and people work the shutter, it can bend too. So that's how you fix the problem. This just needs to be pushed back this needs to be pushed back into the proper position. And if this lever got bent also, you need to push it back into the right position. I'm going to zoom out so you can see how the whole shutter assembly should look when it's properly assembled. And I'll freeze on that for a second so you can kind of see the setup and how it should be done. If you need me to show you how to dismantle it, in the comments, I have another video up on how to clean the viewfinder. You can see how to take off the top plate. The bottom plate is just 2 screws and it pops off the bottom. Just be careful when you pop off the bottom because, let me grab it. The battery door is held on with this little clip and it tends to fly off when you pull off the bottom plate. So just be careful when you take it off. Yeah. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. Thanks.